So when I first got to the mission field, my companion had been there 3 weeks, and we were the first sisters in the Mandarin program. And so we were kind of just starting things up. And we had one investigator who would meet with us regularly and who was on date, but the rest of the time was spent finding. And every missionary story I ever heard, you just knock on doors or clap at doors or whatever. But in my mission for the Chinese program, we went to this one bus stop, the same bus stop every day, and we just talked to people. And it was really hard to get the nerve up to go and talk to these people when I couldn't speak the language. I would go and talk to the Australians, the one or two that were at the bus stop. And my companion was like, "You are Mandarin speaking. You need to speak to the Mandarin people." And so it was really hard, but as I started to talk to more Chinese people, I noticed that my Chinese got better day by day, and that these people that I was talking to were willing to help me learn while I was there at the bus stop. It wasn't just language study that I was learning, but I was learning the language throughout the day as I got to know the people and share my testimony with them. So my mission was the Brisbane, Australia mission, and it covers all of Queensland, which is the top fourth of Australia, and then a little bit of New South Wales. And there's a temple in Brisbane City. And so the members in the suburbs around Brisbane are very strong, and so the English members are very strong. The Chinese program, when I got there, was very small. There was maybe 5 members in the area I was serving, and so they were part of an English ward. And so we had to work really hard to try to find more members for fellowship, because when you baptize, you have people that can fellowship, and the members that were already there were starting to feel a little stretched. And so we wanted to find new ways to incorporate things. And so the Australian members were also very encouraging. Even though they couldn't speak the language, they would invite our investigators over for dinner and would welcome them at church and try to speak slow to them so that they could understand. And we had one member who would do an English class for us every week. She was a retired English teacher, and Sister Ware would come in our little office that we taught in, and she would put on an English class. And so it was a weird dynamic for me when I got there to just get used to how to integrate my Chinese with the English members and try to help the ward and everything. But they were really supportive, and the church is really strong because there's a temple and people are constantly striving to become worthy to go into the doors of the temple.